You edit that out, I'll kill you.
I forgot.
You edit that out, I'll kill you. I swear to God. Yeah. What is the name of this again? After Hours?
After Dark.
After Dark.
After Hours.
The Sunset Edition. The two sexiest men alive. Josh and Lev. Oh, sorry. And Will.
Well, it's funny, right? Because After Dark, I feel like, was like some sort of TV show that I would like
on HBO.
Touch myself to.
Scrambled.
Yeah.
They don't know.
All the people that I knew that were rich had the black box. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it would like descramble it.
Yep.
Otherwise, we'd sit there and we'd see like the squiggly lines, but you could hear the audio.
Yeah. That's all you needed.
A lot of moaning.
Yeah.
I hope Mom's not watching this one.
No.
But
Might be.
listen, there was one thing that I wanted to talk about today, and it has to do with Economics 101.
I failed that at community college. So
Okay.
that's just for the record.
Well, I was just filming an episode with Dean for Behind the Business, and he was talking about the cost to acquire a customer.
Mm-hmm.
And food service is one of those industries that it got pretty hairy in COVID. You had a lot of restaurants shut down. You had a lot of restaurants consolidate, right? 3 locations became 1. And it became a lot of takeout as opposed to dine in. If you didn't have a drive-through, you were fucked. Nobody wanted to touch you, right? It was the whole I don't want to say, you probably edit out that word, but
The C word.
the C word. But, and so restaurants are trying to recover, and they're having a hard time recovering, specifically because of 2 things, which is the cost of goods, COGS, and also the cost of the labor. I think it was my cell phone that just dropped.
It's distracting.
iPhone 15. Yeah. iPhone 15 with no case. It is distracting.
14
Not as
and a half.
distracting, apparently. 14. Not as distracting as your thigh is to Dean on that last
Or that
episode.
box. I was allergic to that box.
Yeah.
Kept sneezing. Sorry.
No, it's okay. But cost of goods sold plus the cost of labor, right? Those things have surged, right? The cost of meat has like quintupled, quadrupled, and the cost of labor has increased like amazingly. So you get a job in California working at In-N-Out Burger, and they're starting you at over $20 an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Minimum wage is 17 now for
Is it in San Diego?
fast food. I think so.
I remember the California state minimum was
Over
like 15
100 units, you had to have a
Right.
certain.
Okay, so this is a good segue. You're right. This is a good segue into this article that actually Lev sent me earlier today, which is about Wendy's. Have you heard about this?
I have not heard about it, but I'm concerned that Lev's algorithm is on Wendy's. Like he's just getting.
Yeah.
You follow him on X, right?
Yeah, Lipitor's in his future.
That's awesome. He's like, oh, this looks good. Will, check this out.
Yeah.
So the
next article was about a Choco Taco now being available at Taco,
I saw that
Taco
one.
Bell.
Because I used to work at Taco Bell, so the algo was like, this is going to help you, Josh. I love the Choco Taco.
But you know what they're doing is they're changing the Choco Taco ice cream. And it's going to be that great, it's like a Portland, Oregon ice cream.
Salt and straw.
Salt and straw.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, you read that article.
I did.
You're
I
all
read
excited.
it. I just loved it.
Let's
But Wendy's,
go.
didn't Wendy's have like a finger in their chili once?
No.
That's all I remember about Wendy's.
No.
I swear.
That's Hormel chili at their like
Factory?
They
Oh, but
found
it
a
wasn't
finger.
Wendy's. I remember a finger in Wendy's and I stopped eating
It was
Wendy's.
not Wendy's.
I promise
I
you.
promise you it was not.
Google it. Put it in the description.
Yeah. We'll put it right down below, even though we'll
finger.
never do that.
So what are they doing? I don't. Fill me in.
All right. So having trouble controlling cost of goods sold, right? They're having trouble with labor costs, right? And, material costs and, food costs, those types of things. So what are they going to do? Well, to control the cost of goods sold, the CEO said, I think it was yesterday actually, said they're going to roll out their 6,000 Wendy's locations, dynamic menu boards. And what are the dynamic menu boards going to do? They're going to populate in real time as the day transpires to reflect surge pricing.
That's a joke, right?
It's not. It's absolutely not a joke. And it reminds me of Uber.
That's exactly like Uber.
Yeah, right?
And you know what I would do when there's surge pricing? I'd walk. I'd just wait until that surge pricing would come down. But I think it's almost rigged. So how is Wendy's going to...
Well, their point is they can charge up to an extra $1 for a Baconator sandwich.
So they have a ceiling, basically. They're not going to...
I don't know. That's a great question. We'll see.
Uber does not have a ceiling. Like you'll refresh it from like $23. Now it's like $223. And you're like, okay, we're taking Lyft.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm going to do with Wendy's. I'm going to go, Wendy's wants $7 for a burger, In-N-Out right across the street. Same price every single day.
Unless all the other restaurants follow suit and rejigger their menu boards to being dynamic as well.
Yeah.
And then they're a pioneer.
And they're geniuses.
They're a genius. And I think, you know, for, like you said, for Uber and Lyft, for the surge pricing, it seems to work. And I don't know, like for Uber, the surge pricing is to support the driver.
I have no idea. I just know I'm not taking it if the surge
you don't
price
take
is
it
too
anyway,
much.
right?
Well, I do when I'm downtown or
really
when we travel once a year.
I travel a lot, right? And I'm always taking Uber because I think Lyft is a disgusting company. And then come to find out they're the same cars. Yeah.
I don't want to talk bad about either one because they probably have access to my phones.
Oh.
So I don't want surge pricing nonstop.
Yeah.
But they have the market cornered. You're either using Uber or Lyft, where Wendy's, you can go, McDonald's, Burger King.
Yeah. A lot more choices.
So I don't think it's going to work. You think it'll work?
I think there are advantages for it, and there's obviously some headwinds that they also face. I think the advantages are, listen, the restaurant concept that exists today is a failure. You can't employ people who are 40 years old at a fast food franchise. It's just not a tenable job. You can't afford to support a family while working in fast food. In Japan, anyone who works in food service is young. It's a young person's game. And then you transition out, right? You have to get a different type of more skilled labor job. But in America, right, you'll find people working in fast food who are 40, 50 years old. It's not tenable. That's not
almost 60 after they retire, right? Then they have to go get a part-time job because they're struggling.
Yeah.
But on the employee route, will they be able to ask for more money when these surge prices? I would feel like shit if I'm an employee and I'm sitting there making $12 an hour and I see surge pricing on the menu go up double. I'm still getting paid the same. Why wouldn't I get a portion of that?
Well, maybe this also dovetails nicely with the idea of tipping. Have you seen tipping at fast food restaurants?
I see tipping everywhere now. I don't know where it was that I saw. Where were we? The liquor store.
Yes.
Remember the guy wanted the tip?
We were buying energy drinks to film a podcast. And I was like, do you have tap to pay? And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, look at the thing. And it was like 15%, 20%, 25%. I was like, what?
Did you tip? I hope not.
No, I
really,
don't do that.
It's not really in your
I don't
nature.
do that. But it's not in my, it's nice.
You said that nice.
Shout out to all my Jewish friends that don't like tipping. But
he tried though. He tried to get that extra $4 or whatever it was.
Starbucks, you can tip. I've noticed now. She's like, well, how are you going to pay? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to, Apple Pay. And she goes like this. She hands me the thing through the drive-thru. She's like, go ahead and just go ahead and choose whatever you want on the screen. I'm like, huh? Oh. And they look away because they're embarrassed. Mm-hmm. But if you imagine, right, like how many people are coming through the drive-thru per day, let's say the average ticket through a drive-thru is $7 to $10 at Starbucks.
At least, yeah.
And there are probably 1,000 customers a day at that store. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think 20% tip?
Yeah.
Yeah. 30%.
Yeah.
So 30%.
Depends on the area, but yeah, I would say 30.
Yeah. So let's say they're doing, what do you think? $10,000 in revenue a day? That store? Probably more than that.
More, yeah.
Let's say it's 20,000.
Yeah,
let's say it's $20,000 in revenue a day, and the drive-through accounts for probably half. So maybe $10,000 in revenue through the drive-through, and 20%, right? So right, like $2,000 coming through the drive-through, and then people are tipping 20% of that, so $400.
Then you got to split it with everyone who worked.
Yeah, but you're taking home $100. Let's say there's 4 people working the drive-through. Yeah. That's $100 per person pre-tax.
Yep.
That they're making in the drive-through a day. So they're probably making $100 a day as a base, right? $20 an hour, something like that.
with benefits and whatever.
Yeah. Maybe they're making $200 a day and then $100 in tips.
It's not bad. You can't survive.
I mean, that's, on a monthly basis, if you were to, look at it from 10,000 feet, that's $9,000. It's not a bad gig if they're working, right, every day. I mean, they're not, right? They're working.
But let's go back to Wendy's. Now, let's say Starbucks adopts this surge pricing.
Oh, and I think they will. I think they're the pioneers.
Yeah.
Well, truthfully, Uber created this.
But I don't think I think Wendy's is not a good fit for that type of product.
Yeah.
That surge pricing.
So who is El Pollo Loco?
No, I think the McDonald's.
Sorry, you were looking for chicken breasts. We have chicken breasts for surge pricing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Wendy's is cool anymore. It's not like
No?
No, I don't think. I haven't been to Wendy's in years. When was the last time you went to Wendy's? You're like, yesterday.
We go to Wendy's all the time. I don't necessarily eat Wendy's. My kids do.
Really? Yeah.
Wendy's, so last year they won like Burger Patty of the Year or something.
Really?
Fact check that for me.
Yeah, please.
But it was better quality than McDonald's, and it was better quality than In-N-Out. In-N-Out actually came in last place.
Quality wise,
for the Burger Patty. Yeah. So
I think a McDonald's would have been good. Certain stores try it to really show proof of concept.
But I think McDonald's, I agree with you. But I think what McDonald's is doing today is they're trying their best to lower prices. And what they're doing is they're getting rid of the human capital aspect. So you order on a kiosk, right? As opposed to like working with someone at the register. And honestly, if you've used the software at a McDonald's recently, like the kiosk, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I'd much rather hanging
out with 2-year-olds too much.
Yeah. I'd much rather order at a kiosk.
I like the human touch. I'm the exact opposite.
Oh, I know you like the human touch. You do some
more ways than one, baby. But I'd rather talk to someone at no onions, no tomatoes, add lettuce. Remember we went to In-N-Out? It's a complex order to type that one in. I want someone to take my order, repeat it 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, I like it.
In In-N-Out, when you go with the whole family and they're like, let me repeat back your order. I
love it with the kids screaming in the back. Yeah. Did you get my milkshake? Yeah. They're just reading it.
You know what I do? Here's a hack for parents who are listening.
Punch a kid in the face? No.
I come through the drive-thru and my wife's always in the back seat. And I roll down the window in the back and let her order. I don't want to deal with it.
Wife's in the back seat. That's the hack right there. That's
Yeah.
You should have stopped right there.
Also, left AirPod in the ear.
Left AirPod. Yep.
So they can't see that I have AirPods in my ear, right? My family, they think I'm listening to them.
Yep.
But in reality, I'm probably listening to
I haven't done that one. Yeah. I tried to put on the podcast with the kids and they start screaming. It was like no good. Like, all right, guys, settle down.
I got Money Mondays, right? The Dan Fleischman's podcast. Who else is Robert Croaks? The crypto one.
Dan in the left, Robert in the right.
Yeah. And I'm just
have you listened to a Stern Talk?
Oh damn! Shout out to a Stern Talk.
I heard
Absolutely. It's a good one. It's a good one. We get a lot of views on the shorts. Not
shorts all day.
Yeah, all day long.
That's all that works.
Yeah.
Until we hack it. But I think Wendy's is going to crumble. Long story short, you think it's
I don't like their food.
That's why I don't like their food. I don't like their service.
The chicken nuggies are not good.
And I think no, they're not. The only thing good about them are their Frosties and their French fries.
Yeah.
You take the French fry, you dip it in the
Frosty,
and that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a good fit for them. Like they should have all came together like in 2008 when all the banks came together. All the fast food restaurants should have came together. Like, look, guys, we want to try this. Dynamic pricing.
Yeah.
It's not going to work for
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Needs to be collusion in the restaurant industry.
Take it out. Yeah. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was like, let's just try it on Wendy's. They're going out anyways.
McDonald's was like, you try it first. If it works, we'll adopt
it. We'll pay for it all.
Yeah. We got
Burger
your back.
King's, the King's in there. And he's like, yeah, you guys do it first.
Yeah, do it first. Do it.
Or else. And then Wendy's, the girl with the ponytail, is like, no, we don't want to. They finally have to settle. But I think that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they just came out of nowhere.
There's a lot more collusion, I think, in business than most people even realize.
Or want to realize.
Yeah, it's price fixing. It's absolutely. But I think, with the surge pricing, if this works, like you said, I see other companies adopting it in the fast food industry. But I think, there is already surge pricing in so many other industries. gas is like the greatest example of surge pricing. It's not necessarily surge in the sense of time of day, although could be.
Well, they all upgraded to the digital board.
They have the digital boards,
yeah.
But it's like, the Brent crude today, right, is up. We're going to modify, because the pricing dynamically changes every day based off of petrol costs. So it's like, who created this? I don't know. But certainly our petroleum friends, Al-Walid bin Salam or whatever.
Hey, now.
Yeah, hey now. Yeah, they've perfected it. They're the best.
George, what is your wiring instructions? George Bush. Yeah. Yes, you oil company guy.
Absolutely.
I don't know why he sounded Russian there. But
it was close. It was
right?
very close.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
For a guy who's almost Middle Eastern, that was pretty good.
Yeah, North Africa.
Hey, the Russians and the Saudis are close too.
Are they?
Yeah. Wow. Damn, he said it.
Yeah, he said it, not us.
He said it. Yeah. Uncle Lev can say that he's Russian.
You just got your first short appearance.
But I think, for people who are listening to this podcast and run their own businesses, think about surge pricing, right? And it if you know that there's a certain time of month where all the orders come in, right? And you're trying to like normalize how you do business, think of surge pricing. Surge pricing is a great way to influence other people to order at different times of day, right?
Yeah, it would be, but I think it'd be inconsistent. The consumer wants a consistency that you have to provide.
I don't think people care.
I think they do. I think I want to go, and I know that Sprouts has my gummy bears for $1.99 a pound, and I don't want that to change.
It is not $1.99 a pound.
Is it more? I don't know.
Yeah. See, you don't even know the price. You're making this up. I haven't got gummy bears
in a while. No, I haven't. I'm not making it up. I'm just saying you want consistency within the pricing. You don't want to just show up and things double the price. I don't care. You're saying you will show up at 5 p.m.
Yes.
And pay the double burger.
Actually, I won't show up because, as I said in that last episode, Lev, what episode was that? Where I was talking about how I don't do the mundane, repeatable.
Oh, where you just order
time
in
is something
stuff.
that you can get.
Oh, shit.
Oh, don't say it.
Don't say it. It's funny. Time is something you can. I'm not going to do it. But the point is those. For Wendy's, it's all through DoorDash. It's all through DoorDash.
So you're paying the premium. You're rich. The poorer consumers, they want consistency.
I don't think they care either.
I think they care.
I don't think they care. I think they want to rent forever. I think they want to use Uber. They want to lease their food. They have no interest.
They want to lease their lives.
Yeah, no concept of ownership.
I think they're more penny pinching than.
But it's not. The truth is, right? There's so many people. The Gen Z, right, Lev? They're like the anti-Dave Ramsey's.
What's the Gen Z? How old do you have to be? Gen Z?
They're not millennials. Millennials are 1980. So, is it 1990?
It ends in. It's like 1980 something in 1996, 7 around there.
Okay. Wasn't really helpful.
That's Gen Z.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. That's millennial. It's Gen Z, I think, is 97 to 2010.
Okay.
I was like, damn, I'm Gen Z.
Yeah, you're Gen Z. Lev was giving us numbers like that stage timer. It's 34 o'clock.
Hey, I tried to set it.
Yeah. No, you knocked it out of the park, dude.
It just trips me out. 34, 32, 55.
Yeah. It's very helpful.
Yeah, I love it.
What's the level of resentment coming through on the microphone today?
You're probably at a 4.2.
See, I don't even have to dial it back. The previous episode we just shot, I was like at a 6.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad for you. Usually you're like 9, 9.5. Depends on the.
I love meeting people.
You had a good vacation. That's why you were gone.
The kids were
shot.
The kids were sick.
Kids were sick.
Kids were sick on that vacation. It was not as relaxing as you might think. Well, we went to spring training though in Arizona.
Oh, that's good. Did you hit surge pricing when you were there?
I was just gonna say.
Whether you show up to the box office and the tickets double the price, you're not going.
We did Uber Black.
You're not going to the
Uber
game. Black
SUV from the airport to the airport, everywhere around the city. We probably spent a few grand with Uber. I'm dead serious.
Prove it. There's no way you spent a couple grand on Uber. Why didn't you rent a car?
I mean, I don't like that.
We'll put the receipts down below.
Yeah, for sure.
Lev, dude. It was like,
what's the level of resentment from Lev? 6, 7?
6, 7.5. Yeah.
Do you want me to bring up pre-check?
Oh, shit.
Last time back up.
Listen, we got to be in Vegas next week. And if Lev doesn't get pre-check plane tickets, he's not going to go. Joke's on him because we're going to fly JSX. Lev's going to be on Southwest with his pre-check. So.
I'll be right there with you, Lev. Don't worry.
Oh, shit.
I'm not flying Can't have all of us on the same plane. That's too risky.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
He's not allowed on JSX.
But you got to show me the receipts for this Uber thing. I don't believe it.
It was
$2
like
grand.
150.
You own stock in them?
It was $150 every time we got in the car.
Would you get an Uber plane every single time? Uber helicopter?
No, it was Uber black SUV.
150. Where were you guys driving to? The hotel?
Phoenix to Scottsdale, right?
20 miles.
$150.
That's crazy.
So, listen, you asked
Times
me a
10?
question. Yeah, we probably took 10 Ubers. Probably $1,000, $1,500. Yeah, pretty easy.
I still want to see the receipts.
But again, there's 7 of
social.
us. So
7 of you, but 2 of you only have jobs.
yes, that is true. Dean and I.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of support there financially.
It's funny because when you go on these trips and these Uber drivers like, by the way, here's my card, call me. And it never works out. I'll text them. They'll hand me the card. I'll text them, hey, we're going to go here. How much is it? All right. I'll always ask. It's like $200. I'm like, what? That's more expensive than Uber. And so I never use it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that hustle necessarily works. They should, they're probably thinking about it in terms of surge pricing as well.
Yeah, they probably are.
Yeah. But I have to come all the way from
Bloody surge.
Glendale. I'm like, that's your problem. What do I care? They're like, I can be there in 30 minutes. I'm like, dude, there's an Uber 5 minutes away. I'm good.
Done.
Yeah. So, with regard to surge pricing, do I think it'll work? Yes. Do I think more people will adopt it? Absolutely. Do I think it benefits the consumer? No. But again, we are living in a society right now where the divide between rich and richer continues to grow larger and larger, disproportionately, negatively affecting the consumer to the extent where they just can't afford anything. And it could be food, it could be gas, it could be rent. The consumer is left out of the conversation when it comes to what's fair and what's equitable.
But the consumer also controls what's fair and what's equitable. They just don't realize it. They're so stupid, like you said, where they don't care.
Yeah. Well,
they're spending the money. They get their stimulus check, and what are they doing? They're just spending.
I think the problem is that, and you kind of made a point about this, and we could probably end it here, but is that there's collusion, right? The fast food entities can get together, right, at a convention, a trade show, and they can talk to each other and they say, well, we're going to try out surge pricing. But it's not like me, you, and Lev and 10,000 of our friends are going to get together and go, all right, we're going to boycott all 6,000 Wendy's locations. We don't have that type of quote unquote union to be able to influence things. There was that whole thing with Target. We're like, well, we're not going to shop here, where they had like the trans baby clothes or whatever. And everyone's like, well, I'm not going to go to Target. And everyone's like, I am going to Target, And so you had people on both sides. I hate Target. I don't, I love Target. And what ended up happening? It went away.
But I think the dent was there, right? The dent was there. I think the dent will be there with Wendy's.
It was a socioeconomic group of people that were unified in their limited ability of purchasing power.
That's what surge pricing is going to do to the world.
I think it's going to create more poor people.
Yeah.
But again,
you just called them people.
What am I supposed to? Smelly people?
No. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. Listen, it sucks being poor. Don't be poor, right? If more people focused on taking steps that protect them, future-proofs them from being poor, you wouldn't have to call them poor. But like in today's world, you can't call them homeless. You have to call them like ruthlessly challenged. I don't,
Really?
No, they're
Unhoused.
Unhoused.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because all these snowflakes don't want to call people homeless. But yeah, you can call them poor. They made bad decisions, right? They've made bad decisions.
So I think people are going to stand up to this. Hopefully, if they can. But you're right. I'm just barking up the wrong tree. They're not going to be able to come together and say, hey,
no,
you 300-pounders, no more Wendy's. They're going to go.
And also fast food is addictive, right?
You know why? Just all the shit they put
all
in
the
there.
stuff that they put in there. Yeah.
And convenience and cost.
But like the salt, all the stuff they put in there, it's just, it makes it taste in such a way, right? That provides you with a moment of glory. When you bite into that, with the heat of the burger and the cheese and the
Open your
salt.
eyes. Why are you closing your eyes?
I don't know. He loves fast food.
Into it,
He loves it.
Yeah.
Right? It's intoxicating.
Is that butter in your hand? Sorry, too easy.
But fast food's terrible for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people still do it. That's why the boycott probably won't last too long.
I don't think there is going to be a boycott. I think people aren't even going to realize that they're surge pricing.
I'm starting a boycott on Wendy's today.
What's the website?
www.don'tbuywendys.com.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm
going to put a new handle.
We'll put a link in the bio.
It's going to be
Don't buy Wendy's.
Yeah, it's just going to be memes against.
Don't eat Wendy's.
Yeah. And it's just going to be me and Wendy, the girl, making funny videos. Just wait till they send me a cease and desist. We'll go viral.
Rolo's going to dress up as Wendy.
He's the Wendy with his mullet. It's good.
Dave Thomas, who's like the founder of Wendy's, he was a great dude.
You knew him?
I didn't know him.
It sounded like you did.
He's like a great guy. He I think he was like adopted or like my sister was adopted. So I kind of related to the Dave Thomas thing, but it was great.
Do you think Dave Thomas would approve of surge pricing?
No, he was like a good guy.
Yeah.
He was a good guy.
So you're saying this is bad?
Yeah. I mean, this is Travis. What's the guy from Uber?
I don't know. I didn't watch that documentary.
Lev? You're literally
Travis something.
The guy's at a computer right now.
He's got 2 screens and only one works, so I get it.
Oh my God.
Travis
Kalanick?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, Travis Scott. I think.
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Whatever. He created the surge pricing. So Dave Thomas, I think you're right. Dave Thomas would be against the surge pricing.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out. For the record, I think all the fast food chains are going to adopt it. They're going to call this CEO the pioneer, right? There are other CEOs, like the current CEO of Macy's, who people think think is an idiot, right? They're now closing 150 stores, going for a smaller concept, doubling down on the Bloomingdale's and Blue Mercury brands, but closing up the underperforming Macy's stores. That guy is 6 months away from a private equity company buying out Macy's because, it's underperforming. So I think, this current CEO of Wendy's, nobody wants to have to yield seats, all right, on the board to some sort of hostile takeover. Yep. And so, to prevent it from being an underperforming stock, right? He's adopting something that seems to work.
Do something, right?
Yeah, you got to do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everyone's going to adopt it, and fast food prices are going to, continue to skyrocket as they have since COVID started. So
I think I want to agree with you, but I want to see Wendy's struggle a little bit. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're like a Schadenfreude. You like to see people like to see people struggle.
Okay. All right. Just one last jab there. I don't want to see people struggle. I want to see Wendy's struggle.
Yeah, I get it.
$1 billion company. I want the poor to be successful somehow. I want them to save their dollar.
Yeah.
To go buy something else. To invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah. Ooh, Bitcoin. Another great topic.
60 grand almost.
Unreal.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that next episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're out of here. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.